What's up, everybody? My name is Brad and welcome back to the channel. Today we're back at it with another book review, and today I'm going to be discussing The Last House on Needless Street by Catriona Ward from Tor Nightfire Books. And I really hope I'm pronouncing her first name correctly, Catriona. I'm probably butchering it. If so, I apologize. But Catriona Ward, The Last House on Needless Street. And where do I even start this review? I honestly don't really know what to say about this book because I do not want to spoil or give anything away about this one whatsoever. I think the best way to go into this book is to go into it absolutely completely blind, not knowing anything about it. Don't read the synopsis. If you're watching this video review and you haven't read the book yet, step away, avert your eyes, hit the mute button, do not pass go, and collect your $200. The best thing to do is to go into it completely blind because, like I said, I would hate to ruin any moment of discovery for a potential reader for this book. That's how much I really enjoyed it, and the twists and turns and everything. I don't want to give absolutely anything away. So go out, read the book, then come back and watch the video, see if you agree or disagree with me on my opinion about the book. But I absolutely loved this book. Everything about it from beginning to end. I'm not going to spoil anything like normal, but I feel like anything I say about this book is going to be sort of a spoiler because of how twisty and turny it actually is. But I absolutely loved it. Like I said, it did make my top 5 horror novels list for 2021, books I read in 2021. You can go check out that up there if you want to. I won't say what number it made, but it's on that list. And in that video, I referenced that this book was a masterpiece. And that is not a word I use lightly. I do not throw the word masterpiece around very often when talking about books or movies or anything like that. But in my opinion, this book, it was a masterpiece. And I've said this quite a bit here on the channel about this book when talking about it, that never have I ever been more wrong about what I thought was going on with a book than I was with this one. Catriona Ward, she meticulously crafted this sort of mystery puzzle box of a book filled with clues and misdirects that kept me guessing at every single turn. I would finally think I knew what was going on. It's like, okay, we're here now. This is what's happening, but I would be wrong. It would twist and go another direction. And so, okay, now I know what's going on. Finally, for sure, I'm adamant that I know what's going on. Nope, I'm wrong again. It twist and turn back to another direction. And it all seems so obvious at first. Like, that's it. That's what's going on here. That was pretty easy to figure out. There's not much mystery involved there, but everything is not as it seems with this book. First impressions can definitely be misleading. Definitely teaching the reader not to be so quick to pass judgment when it comes to the mystery here. Now, I don't do this very often, but I do want to pull a quote from the back of the book just to give you the tiny little tidbit, a little hint about what this is about without giving too much away. This is just like the first sentence from the synopsis. This is a story of a serial killer, a stolen child, revenge, death. And that doesn't sound too far outside the box about what you would get from your average mystery thriller type of book. But this book, it's so much more than just that. This is also the story of long buried secrets and hidden scars, about misconceptions and past traumas and how people learn to cope with those traumas. It's a dark foray into the broken minds of the flawed characters that we get here in this book. There's a talking cat in this book. That sounds very weird, very out there for this type of story, but it all makes sense in the end. But even the cat is a flawed character that you get the perspective of in this book. Everyone we get perspectives of from this book, they're broken in some way. They have some flaw that they're trying to overcome, and I really enjoyed that. Even the cat's perspective, as weird as that sounds, like I said, it all makes sense in the end to have a talking cat within this book with serial killers and stolen children and revenge and death and talking cats. Just trust me, it all makes sense at the end of the day. As I said earlier, this book, it kept me on my toes. It kept me guessing throughout as to what I thought was actually going on with the book, and we're getting to this point. We're reaching near sort of closer to the end, and at this point I feel like everything's been revealed. You know, I should have a clear picture as to what is going on. Ward, she has to have played all of her cards for the story by now, but no, that was not the case. She hits us with this other twist that just completely caught me off guard. It actually literally made my jaw drop in disbelief. I could not believe that actually happened. And maybe many other readers saw that part coming a mile away. If you've read the book, you probably know what part I'm talking about. But maybe someone else saw it a mile away. But for me, I was completely blindsided by that moment in the best possible way. It's not often I get surprised like that while reading a book, but Ward, she was able to pull that off without it feeling cheap, without it feeling like she just threw something random in from way out in left field. It fit within the story and it made sense for the story. And I was just completely and totally caught off guard, blindsided, just so much appreciated that she was still able to shock me once we're getting so close to the end of the book. And at the end of the book, everything, all the revelations, they come full circle. All the puzzle pieces fall into place. You know, everything has been revealed and it all makes sense at the end. I don't know what else to say other than bravo. She did an excellent job in the execution of wrapping everything up at the end of the story and it all making perfect sense. The Last House on Needless Street by Catriona Ward is in a word, it was spellbinding. A dark psychological thriller, horror, suspense, mystery mashup. It's a puzzle wrapped in a mystery, whispered about in secret. Ward demonstrates skillful execution as she slowly peels back the layer upon layer of this intricately woven narrative. I don't really know what else to say about this novel, and I've probably already said too much. I just know I absolutely loved it, and it gets my highest of recommendations. I also highly suggest, once you read the novel, to read the afterforward at the end. Don't read it before because it gives spoilers away. But read the afterforward at the end because it shows all of the care, time, and research that Ward put into this novel for the subject matter that is involved here. If you can't tell, like I said, I absolutely loved it. I gave it 5 stars. One of my favorite absolute books I read last year in 2021. But that's all I have for you guys today. Have you read The Last House on Needless Street? If so, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Did you agree with me? Did you disagree with me? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know down in the comments. But that's all I have for you guys today. So thank you for spending your time with me. Again, my name is Brad, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.